Hello everyone, week 2 part 4. Overloading functions. Overloading functions have the same name but different parameter lists, or they are functions that have the same name but different parameter lists. They can be used to create functions that perform the same task but take different parameter types or different number of parameters, and compiler will determine which version of function to call by argument and parameter lists. These are some examples of function or overloading. Notice how the compiler will use them. Program example. Here on slide 3, this is an example of a program that uses overloaded functions. Notice how the overloaded functions have different parameters. Like you have int square and it has parameter int, integer of type integer, and double square and the parameter is double. So their functions have the same name but different parameters, which is the definition of function overloading. So when they are displayed in the output, you have the function that passes an integer and the one that passes double. So you got two inputs, user int and user float, that's being passed to the each of the functions, and based on the integer type, the type of the parameter that's passed. In this example, like user int was an integer, so you know that you have to call the square function that has a integer type, and the square function that has user float type or double type. So the program is to return the square of a number as integer value. Notice the output of the program. After the user enter the integer of values of 12 and float value of 2.2, the program will calculate the square and return for integer will be 12 times 12, which would be 144 for 12, and for 4.2 times 4.2 would be 17.64.